This is Tuesday, the 27th of April, 2021. This is for all the people in the HOA who want to know what I'm doing to my lots. Okay, as I told you in other videos, I had this open for probably 2 months and nobody said a word. I had that open for about 3 or 4 months, nobody said a word. Once I got done with those two and started on the third one, and I'm starting to get rumblings of discontent from the HOA. Let me tell you what I'm doing here. I started at 5 this morning, it's 6 right now. Okay, what you're looking at is all the apparatus I use to do a custom landscape job. And what I'm talking about a custom landscape job is, you see that pile right there? That's Sundance mix that comes from West Valley rock. Okay, it's loaded with sand, dirt, pebbles, very little rock. Now, as a custom job, for what I do with that is I sift it through a 1/2 inch sifter. You see that grid right there? That's a 1/2 inch. Whatever doesn't go through that goes down on the ground. Why do I do that? Well, the sand and the gravel in the mix gives a medium for plants to grow, weeds to get started. The reason I put down this landscape fabric, I've been working with it now for 4 or 5 years, and it's Star Wars, it's NASA technology, whatever you want to call it. But when you put rock that has been sifted with no sand and no gravel in it over this landscape fabric, you'll never have to spray your yard again. It makes me gag and sick when my neighbors order somebody to spray maybe once a year or twice a year, and their yard turns yellow and the place stinks for a day. I don't have to do that. Once I get this job done and that rock done, I'm going to take all the impurities that's in this rock right here, and what we're going to do all day is we're going to walk along the sidewalk, and as I take rock up, I'm going to sift it through there, put it in there, and then lay it down here. And I'm sure I'm going to have enough. But the landscape fabric, I have to do this job up to about where this broom is, all the way across. I've already done it over there. Where you see that palm tree, from the palm tree back, it's got this. It's got this. It's got landscape fabric with sifted rock. This is a custom landscape job. Okay? Please appreciate that. I spend a lot of hours shoveling and sifting. Okay, 1 shovel at a time to get this custom job. And the reason I have to do this is the lot from the start, when they built it to retain water. I've kind of busted that chain by doing my own landscaping over the last 5 or 6 years. And this is my final deal. But today, all day long, I'm going to be sifting rock and extending that black fabric. If you got a problem with that, I don't see why I can't do weed control on my lot and fix the drainage and get rid of that really impure Sundance blend. That Sundance blend sucks. Okay, it inhibits drainage and it gives a medium for weeds to grow. Okay, we're not going to have no Sundance blend. What we got here is Sundance blend that's been sifted. I hope you appreciate that. I'll stop now because I got to start working. Here comes the garbage truck right now. Here we go. All right, it's Tuesday morning, the 27th. Okay, it's 8:15. I've been doing this work now for 3 hours and 15 minutes straight. This is a follow-up for Caroline at the HOA, for the board members, everybody that's got their nose stuck in my business about what I'm doing to my property. What I'm doing to my property is I'm weed proofing it. And I'm also making it drain much, much better. This is a follow-up from a video I did when I started this morning at 5. And this is the progress I've made. Okay, you see that pile of rock where all the apparatus on it? That's filled with sand and gravel and bad stuff, okay? I sift it. I sift it through here. And when it goes through here, here's what I got left. You see what that is? Pea gravel and sand. Alright? So, this is how far I've got by myself, one shovel at a time, for the last 3 hours. I hope you appreciate the labor I'm putting into this. And this is, like I said before, this is a custom landscape job. We took this dirty, shitty rock here that's filled with sand and everything that shouldn't be in it, and I sifted it all out. This is pure rock. This is going to drain, and there's no medium for the weeds to grow in. This rock right here, when it rains, all the sand in it goes to the bottom, settles to the bottom, and puts a layer of mud on your property. That layer of mud absorbs water every time it rains. It slows down drainage. It also, that layer of mud is where weeds can start growing. It's a medium for the weeds. I don't want that. This is a custom job. I have a custom landscape job here. I hope you understand that. I'm taking all the pollutants out of this rock that's supposed to be the Sundance blend. It really sucks as far as a blend. And because my lots were built wrong, and that house was 3 inches lower, I've got a challenge to get the water off the lot. Okay? That's why I'm doing this, to keep the weeds. And this black landscape fabric, I've been using it now for about 5 years. And when you put it down with good rock, with no sand or no pea gravel in it or pebbles in it, you don't have to worry about weeds. Right here, all this right here we're looking at between the houses, all this right here, that's all sifted rock over landscape fabric. Do you see any weeds? Do you see any weeds? No. That's why I'm doing this job. And I think you ought to keep your nose out of my business. All right? I didn't screw up this lot. Meritage did. They're the one that screwed it up. Now to go over here, and maybe this is what generated the letter, I got to finish this. I got to make you understand, this was a video I took the other day, but I got to make you understand that clean out right there that you're looking at is 3 inches low. The sewer pipes that clean out hooks to right here is 3 inches low. They defeated gravity. 17, 18 years ago, a bunch of rednecks out here, hillbilly porch pirates, decided to steal 3 inches of head pressure, gravity, head pressure you want, that sends turds to the street. All right? The house is out of compliance. And I'm trying to fix it. Now, that stoop right there is the lowest stoop in all of Parcel 12. All of Parcel 12, of all the 63 or 65 houses in Parcel 12, that's the lowest stoop. There isn't supposed to be a lowest stoop. There's supposed to be 6 lowest stoops. All right? That lowest number for a stoop is shared by 6 houses. 3 on the one side of Tract A and 3 on the other side of Tract A. Now, I did this plumbing about 2 years ago. It's not working. That's a homegrown. This is a homegrown, and because this is the lowest stoop of all the stoops in Parcel 12, when it's not supposed to be, it's 3 inches lower than what it's supposed to be, I'm having trouble getting water from that stoop to the street. They defeated the gradient angle that I got to work with. I don't have anything to work with. They stole 3 inches from me, from my sewer pipes. Okay? Now, I'm trying to get this. Now, from what you're looking at right here, all the way to the sidewalk was done last week. All this rock right here doesn't have a bit of sand, pebbles, gravel, or anything else in it. This is pure rock over landscape fabric. I do not have to worry about spraying or ever worrying about weeds anymore. You understand? This is why I'm doing it. Now, you people probably don't get that concept, but I'm trying to apply a science here. I don't like having to use petrochemicals to fight weeds, when all I have to do is do this job, take the time and effort, and it's a labor of love, really, what it is for me. I'm fixing it, and I know I'll never have to worry about weeds again. But for some reason, somebody in the organization doesn't see it. They see me as a troublemaker, that I shouldn't be here, that I'm doing this. Oh, and I want to remind you, if I'm such an eyesore in the neighborhood, how come every house in the neighborhood that's sold in the last 2 or 3 years sold in one day? This house right here where the white truck is, that sold in one day for $220,000. That truck over there sold where the gray truck is and the white house, the next one over, that sold in one day for $305,000. Okay, that gray house down there, the gray one, the first gray house after the wheelbarrow, that sold in one day for $257,000. Now, if I'm such an eyesore in the neighborhood, why are all these houses selling in one friggin' day? All right? I must be really distracting the neighborhood because I don't see where I'm a problem for the neighborhood. All they have to do is put a price on one of these houses and it sells in one day. So, I think you've hung an air freshener from my mirror, okay? You're just looking for a probable cause to pull me over and give me a ticket. All right? That's all there is about it. Have a good morning. Thank you very much. I'll give you a daily report like this every morning, okay? If you want, I can send you one of these every morning. I'll make it public. And I'll put a hashtag, Sundance Active Adult, Buckeye, Arizona. So every time somebody puts in Sundance Active Adult, Arizona, they will see this video. Thank you very much for listening. Okay, this is part of the 27 April collage of videos that I'm making for the board of directors and for Caroline Clinton and all my neighbors and all the members of Sundance Active Adult and the world of YouTube. Okay? This is the third video today that I've made on my front yard. Okay, what you're looking at is what I got done today. If you remember, Caroline, whoever sent the letter, whoever was the motivation that made Caroline send the letter, whoever made Caroline send that letter, this is the third video I made today. As you can see, I'm trying to get this concept, this scientific concept across to the board of directors. You've probably never seen an animal like me before. But here's what I'm doing, okay? All that dirt, as I've explained before in the morning videos, that comes from, that's considered Sundance blend, is polluted with filthy sand and small rock and pebble, okay? Which inhibits drainage and encourages weed growth, okay? Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of dialogue because you already heard it this morning, but this is so far as I got, okay? That took about 6 hours to finish from here to the end, and then I worked for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Starting this, I have to run and get more fabric, and that fabric isn't cheap. It's about $30. It's about $30 for 300 square feet. Okay, so every 10 square feet is $10, or I don't know, something like that. But it isn't cheap. After a while, you get sick of buying it, and I bought a lot of it. Lowe's is getting rich. Now, I want to show you before I take it back to my pile in the back, but this is what we get as a byproduct, an end product, what I call a waste product. This is waste. This shouldn't have been here. This came with my load of Sundance mix from the supplier here in Buckeye, and it's polluted. It's filthy. I wouldn't put it, okay? This is all the rock I got out of it. Here's one that fell over, okay? But this is what, and that's sand. That's sand and pea gravel, pebble gravel, and sand. And now I'm going to take it back into the back. But I just wanted to make this video. That's 6, you're looking about, I started at 5 this morning, and I've taken a couple of hour-and-a-half breaks, and now it's about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I still have to take that back. I have to take all my tools and stuff and put them away, secure everything, make it look neat and clean. But I'm very proud of this. I'm proud of it because I came up with this idea. Nobody else, I've never seen anybody else do it. I've never seen anybody build a sifter like that and sift the sand and gravel out of the mix until you get a pure mix of just stone, large stone. And then I've never seen anybody use fabric like this. So I'm experimenting, and I don't like to, and it takes time. Okay, I can't come out here and snap my fingers and have this done like in a couple of minutes so that all my neighbors and people driving through the neighborhood are happy with me. I'm very proud of what I'm looking at right now. I know what I'm looking at. You don't know what you're looking at. When you go by, you go, oh, nice yard, no weeds. That's the way it's going to be for years now. It'll be that way for years, what you're looking at. A nice yard to drive by, walk by, no weeds. This is why I'm doing it. It's a custom job. Please get your nose out of my business. All right? I own that house. I own that house. If you put a $200 fine on me, I didn't pay off that house and to avoid paying interest, only to transfer interest. You know I'm not paying interest on the mortgage anymore, so you figure you're going to hit me with a $200 fine for some stupid thing, right? I'm not changing the appearance of my my yards. It's taken a while because it's me, one shovel at a time. Nobody is going to be as careful as me, okay? Thank you very much. I hope you're satisfied. You've rattled my cage now. You got me in a monkey in a cage instead of locked in. You got me locked out. And then you come along every month and rattle my cage with some phony, stupid letter. Okay? Please, stop.